What is the shortest amount of time, right, that you're willing to accept for a man to propose to you?
I think at about a year, a little over a year, I think that is good, especially like if he's 40 plus, he's 40 plus. So
Question.
What the
Mhm.
fuck?
Why
Wait,
would
what are
it
you
be a
doing?
longer?
I prefer mature.
What? Why would it
prefer
be?
You know what you want. You're
That's
done
what
with the
you wanna
games.
call
Like
it? Mature?
yeah.
Mature.
I would hope that you mature with age. Some of us don't,
And most of us
and
don't.
some of us need help with that.
No.
But
listen,
I would hope that over the years that you're growing older and you're
if he was that mature, he would have already been taken.
that's not true.
Oh, that is true.
That's not true.
If he was that mature,
That's not true. People were married previously or whatever, and it didn't work out. That happens to people.
yeah.
Okay, so why would you have a longer engagement?
We're not gonna get into that.
Well, I just
Because-
wanted to make sure.
Okay, so you're giving yourself room to make sure, but you have already accepted the ring, though.
Which is fucked
Right,
up.
but I've been engaged twice before, so
This
I.
life?
Kayla, give me a mic.
So
Kayla has
maybe this last time. This is it. This is it. I'm not.
third
about
time's
to-
a charm.
Okay,
Yes.
so at this point, girl, let me
What
tell
age
you what
were
you're doing.
engaged? What age?
You're just accepting the ring
22
just to
and
accept the
26.
ring.
Go ahead. say it
No,
again.
I really love the both
You're-
of them.
Okay, but you're not sure. But you're not sure that you want to marry
No,
them.
I was
you're
sure.
accepting the ring because you so desperately want a ring.
No.
that it doesn't even end up working.
No,
and
I
you
accepted
cut
the
off
ring because
two engagements.
no, I did. I didn't cut off one of them. I only cut off one of them.
So you're 50-50.
Uh,
Remember, I'm just saying what y'all said to me.
No, this person did not want to have children, and I love them so much. I thought that I could get there and like be happy with the dogs. I really love them. I really wanted a life
Was
with
that
them.
conversation had before
That
or after?
conversation
Was.
was had early on.
Gemini.
And
that's what y'all do. Y'all
when
change
you're
y'all
young,
mind,
you're
bro.
like, relax.
Y'all change y'all
Yeah.
mind. How you there?
Yeah, sometimes we do that. we
No,
do change our
all
mind.
the time.
But yeah, I really thought that I could get past that, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. And then the other one was like a pathological like liar. He was just a
You didn't
liar.
see that at first.
I was gonna say I feel like
There were signs.
think about these
There
things
were
before saying
signs. So
yes.
I take responsibility for not picking correctly, but I didn't accept under any terms outside of I really love them and I really wanted it with them. But just because you want something to work doesn't mean that it will.
Actually,
Just
it could
because
have.
you believe in it and you put all you can in it, that doesn't mean it will work. And I know lots of divorced people can speak to that. That's just it doesn't always work that way. But there are signs.
Kayla,
There are signs early on, and we can admit to ignoring red flags, ignoring
Of
signs,
course.
ignoring things that I saw early on, and I was like, oh, that's not a big deal.
so really, but Kayla, what I'm getting is that
And that happens, but
you're
you
the
grow
only-
and you
you're-
learn.
No. F that.
You don't grow and learn, Rico.
No, I
but
grow and
we
learn.
do.
No.
Some of us do
What
grow
I'm
and
saying
learn.
is
Love
that
when it's
don't say you grow and you learn. What I just heard is that you literally just didn't know yourself in both engagements and you decided to change. The first one
I
was
didn't decide.
yes, you did.
That's just how it
you
ended
made
up.
the first one. You made a conscious decision to ignore the red signs and the red flags and the lies.
And we've all done
then-
that.
No, we have not
Yes,
all
we have
done.
all done that.
Miss Ma'am.
Ma'am.
No, we have
We're
not.
not doing ma'am. We've all done that, though. We've all
What I'm gonna
done
say,
that.
you cannot do what you're doing consecutively and think that you're gonna have the odds in your favor.
said consecutively.
I mean, you did 2 for 2.
It's not 2 for 2 like back to back. It's not. That was like 7 years apart.
It doesn't matter about the time frame. You've had two proposals.
Right, and that's where it should be. Okay, you shouldn't be giving your time, body, and energy to a man for years and years, and he don't get down on one knee. And what are you doing?
Well, I'm not
What are you doing?
Well, we're
Because
not talking
because
about-
just
it's
looking
better
for the
it's better for
gesture,
you to
though.
be intentionally dating and moving towards marriage versus relationship and relationship and relationship and relationship and relationship and relationship and they're never going anywhere. Like,
Yeah, but Kayla-
are you intentionally looking for a partner or are you just out in the streets and like he's cute, let's get in a relationship and then you're in another one and then you're in another one and then you're in another one? I mean, how many have there
Kayla,
been,
are you gonna
Rico?
listen?
How many have there been?
No, what I want you to do is not get away from.
There's
find the one.
Wait,
That's
Amanda, stop.
damaging
I
to
deal with
your
Geminis on
psyche
a-
and your soul to go
What? I
through
didn't do
that many
nothing.
That's
relationships.
not true. I deal with Geminis on a day-to-day basis, and this is what they do.
A day-to-day basis.
Right?
I am also a Gemini,
I
so
know-
can you please stop talking about us like
I'm
that?
just
Yeah, we
saying.
don't
I'm
appreciate
just-
that.
Listen, all I'm saying is this is what they do. They take the whole vehicle and try to go
But
left.
you trying to bring
That
her
was a nice
down,
try.
and I'm sitting here and I'm a
Okay,
Gemini.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Just say her
You were
name.
buying
Just not
into-
bring anyone down.
Kayla, hey Kayla, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't care about anything you just said. Right? Let's get back to the point.
Which
The
is
point is that 2 times you consciously had an awakening period and decided to say no to your proposals. The first time was you decided to say I don't
no,
want.
no. I didn't say no to the proposals.
Well, I
broke
mean-
off the engagement.
Okay, you're right. Let me start that back.
Correct.
2 times you had a conscious awakening, and you said no to the engagement. You cut
No to the marriage.
You cut off the engagement.
Correct.
Right? So the first time it was, hey, you seen the red flags. He was a liar. You just went with it until you decided that you couldn't, but you were already committed and said yes. The second time was, hey, he said, I don't want kids. And you said, okay, I can do it.
It's vice versa, but sure.
The second time, he said that he didn't want kids or you didn't want kids.
He didn't want kids. He already had a grown son.
Okay, cool. He said he didn't want kids, and you said, okay, cool, I can live like this. And then at some point in time, you changed your mind. So what I'm saying is that there's a pattern in the 2 behaviors, and Kayla having to really hone in on what Kayla wants and being able to identify what she wants before she says yes. You're saying yes, saying you think or you thought you could do something. That's not good because thinking and thoughts are not knowing.
I dodged the bullet because there's people that are in 15-year
Deflecting
marriages.
Geminis.
I'm
This
not
is what they
deflecting.
do.
I'm
This
not
is what
deflecting.
Geminis do.
I'm not
guys.
deflecting.
I'm just saying.
I'm not deflecting. There are people that are getting divorced from 7, 8, 9-year marriages,
But-
feeling the same way that I did, but they didn't have the courage to call off the engagement. They didn't have the courage to leave the relationship.
But you know
so
what
they
there also
damaged and
is?
scarred themselves building a whole situation and a life and a marriage with the person and creating kids with them and creating trauma with them for years. So yes, I got out before. I didn't cause trauma for nobody. I didn't bring no children into no trauma. I didn't cause either one of those men any kind of trauma by being their wife and taking advantage of their resources for years and then walking away. I did what was right. I stood in my truth.
Eventually, but you still said yes.
Instead of going along to get along and succumbing to the pressure of being married. I'm 31 and unmarried in Georgia. That's unheard of, right? I took on all of that shame of not being married and not being and doing all of that because I wanted to be true to myself and I don't want to do it again. Like when I get married, that's it. We're not doing divorce. So when I do it, I'm going to be sure.
Why don't you be
Period.
sure before the engagement?
What is the big deal? They get the rings back. Go
Yeah, but we
return
don't have
it.
to go through the
I
trouble of
quit.
There's
having
a lot of
someone
Alan,
kids
I
that are
quit.
born into a bunch of mess because people would rather go with what was comfortable and convenient than to actually stand in their truth of y'all been married for 15 years, y'all having the same argument that y'all had when y'all was dating. Like, don't do this. We literally see this on reality TV all the time. Like, shout out to Housewives of Atlanta. But like, I'm sorry, whatever. But y'all
Kayla-
having the same argument y'all been having for 12 years. Y'all, these problems have been here.
Kayla,
And y'all brought kids and y'all brought people into all this drama when this probably never should have even went
Do you
down.
wanna
We bought
listen
a
to something?
$1,000
Wait,
ring,
hold on.
thousands
Kayla,
of
can I
dollar
talk to you
ring.
real
Yeah, ring, a wedding that cost $50,000, a house, all this money spent.
who cares? Kayla,
Who cares?
let me ask you this question because this is the more important.
What you mean?
You're going off all this extra shit. I don't even care about that. My thing is, let me ask you
Oh.
a question. As you sip, think about this. If that man said, okay, I'm going to propose to you today, and in 30 days, we're going to get married,
Mhm.
would you have said yes?
Who? You?
2 men. What the?
Oh, no.
So why are you saying?
How can
so
you
this is
plan,
my thing. So
how
hold
can
on.
you plan a
Wait,
wedding in 30 days?
Okay, it's
This
not
is
about
wait,
the
wait,
planning.
no. This
It's
is
not
what
about
I'm
but
the
saying.
also, have
Wait,
you
wait,
guys?
wait.
Wait.
No, Kayla.
Have you
no.
guys been engaged?
Kayla, What I'm going to
Have
say,
you been
Kayla,
engaged?
I'm going to.
Have you taken the time in the process to legally combine your life with somebody else and see how they start acting?
Kayla, all I'm gonna
Have you
say
been
is
engaged, Rico?
Stop saying.
Have
Don't
you
touch
been
me.
engaged?
So now I'm aggravated. Don't touch me.
Oh.
Stop saying
Oh.
yes. Stop saying yes.
Have you been engaged, Rico?
Stop saying yes when
Have-
you're not ready for marriage.
Have you
for
been
marriage.
engaged, Rico?
No. And
Okay, so you have no idea what that experience is like.
It does
You've
not
only been-
matter. I'm not
It
gonna.
does
Guess what? As
matter.
a man, I'm not gonna propose. As a man, I'm not gonna propose if I'm not ready for marriage. Which means, as a woman, you should not say yes. I want you to say, I want a man to propose to me and say yes, and not be ready for marriage. That's what I'm saying. You're over here working
No.
backwards.
No one's not because someone isn't the right partner. That doesn't mean you're not ready for marriage. You're just not ready to marry
yeah,
the wrong partner.
She's confused.
Because you haven't been engaged. You don't know what it's like to combine
well,
your
let me
life. and
let me
have
correct
two
let me
failed
correct that
engagements.
sentence for Rico.
You don't know
Rico,
what that's
it's
like
not-
because you never even had
don't
the
need
courage
to.
to do it. You never ever felt strongly enough
No,
for
I
someone
just know what I want.
to do it.
I know what I want.
But you haven't found what you want because if
Okay.
you did, you would have
And neither have
proposed to
you.
somebody.
You thought you did twice and was wrong. See, here's the difference between me and you. I didn't make
And
a
I'd
mistake
rather take
yet.
the risk
You make two mistakes.
Then not take the risk.
Okay. Take all
Take the
the
risk or
judgment.
not take the risk.
All I'm
People
saying is-
fail because they never try.
I think what it
failing
is
can be in
is
habit.
If I can correct
In
Rico,
habit,
is
Can be a habit.
that
some people
Hello?
never fail because they never try.
hello.
Some people fail over and over again.
Okay, Amanda.
The people that fail over and over again usually become the
Nothing.
CEOs and the
No.
billionaires.
Hi guys.
Okay.
Let's talk to Amazon. Let's talk to Jeff Bezos about how many times he failed before he made Amazon. Let's talk about failures.
Okay.
Let's talk about them.
All right, let's reset real quick. Amanda.
Hey guys, I'm back.
We love you, Amanda.
Thanks for staying with us here at 8 of the Table. So if I could just correct one thing that Rico said, because I think he just said this one part wrong. I don't really think that she's not ready for marriage. It's quite clear that she really wants to get married. I just think that you're not really taking into consideration who you're saying yes to. I think that you're just loving the idea of the gesture and you want the gesture so bad so that you're giving them like a year time frame to propose to you, even if your relationship isn't right, even if you know that there's all of these problems that exist or all these differences you know are, how do you say that word? Irreconcilable.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So of course you're not getting all the way to the marriage to end up in a divorce and children and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But it still takes the time of in a relationship for a man to decide that this is what he wants to do for you.
Mhm.
He's going out and he's buying a ring. I don't know if the proposal was grand, but it was still a proposal.
Mhm.
You saying yes probably meant a lot. And
Mhm.
for you, your idea of elongating a what is it
Engagement.
called? Engagement is, to me, that just says like I'm going to make this engagement longer so that I can have time for myself to know if this is what I really want. And that for me
Correct.
is what you should be saying before you say yes and not
Thank you.
after you say yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but that's the perspective I had before you're actually engaged. When you're actually engaged and you start taking the steps to combine your life with someone, things are different. And until you're in that space, you just don't understand. It's not a little relationship. It's not. When you are marrying someone, you're giving them the ability to pull the plug on you if you were in the hospital. The way it's just different. A level that you're getting to know them on, you are getting to know all the things that you didn't know because now you have access to everything. And so there's no more even a portion of the representative. You're seeing all of the flaws. You're seeing everything. You're seeing the whole package. And you have to make a decision. Is this someone I want to give that power to pull the plug if I was in the hospital?
You know
so
what?
I think people think that being in a relationship is the same as being married. And it's just not. And until you're married, you don't know that. And the people that I've seen that I have had long-lasting relationships in terms of marriages, a lot of them are the second marriage because they went through the first marriage and like you don't know until you get married. You think you know what it's like. You think you know. You really genuinely think you know because you love somebody for years or whatever, but it's just not the same. Like we are becoming one. You are dying to self to be one with someone else. And I think people that go in and out of relationships can't even understand the depth of that. And so they just don't get it. But this to me is very fucking serious. And I get it. People go in and out of marriages. Oh, we got divorced, whatever. They don't take it serious. They don't feel the intensity of that. But I do. And when I do that, that's it. Like, when you go, you going in the ground, and I'm going in the ground. That's what this is.